Welcome back to another episode of Regular Dude Fitness. It is that time of year again where it's popular to set new goals, any of them having to do with fitness, and for marketing agencies to target you and sell you their products because that's the best way to achieve your goals, right? No. Anyway, this is a high intensity interval routine that I was inspired to put together by seeing something that I think Bowflex came out with. They had this huge piece of equipment. I mean, my in-laws had a Bowflex for years with all these rods, cables, tension things, pieces that they could take on and put off, and I never saw them use it once. So you don't have to have a huge piece of equipment to do interval training. It just takes a little kettlebell. You can do it with 2 kettlebells as well. Get this done in 14 minutes and we're out. Okay, let's go. This will be a really quick 14-minute exercise, kind of high intensity cardio. They're just going to be 1-minute rounds though. We're doing 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and you guessed it, that means we're going to do 14 rounds, but they'll go quick. So stay with it, push through. I will show you the different variations that you can use, but it's best to just stick with the one movement that you're most comfortable with for the full length of the routine. Just being as intense as you can, getting as many reps in as you can, and then really recovering during those 30 seconds. As always, absolutely practice these movements first. This routine is targeted for people who are medium to advanced, depending on which movement you're choosing. And if you try to do these just flat out into a routine without practicing them or knowing what you're doing, you will get hurt. So practice first, know what you're doing, and then you'll be great. Okay, starting with the kettlebell, a little behind, centered but behind your heels. You're going to come down into a push-up, pop back up, and then come from here to a dead clean. Go to a squat, push press, come back down, set it down, and then do the other side. That's the basic movement we'll start with. I'll show you the more advanced movements as we go along, so skip ahead, watch the movement that's good for you, and then just pick that one, come back and go through the whole 14 minutes. Okay, here we go. Okay, going for 30 seconds. Alternating on either side if you're using one kettlebell. Try to be intense. One more. Oh no, that's okay. Really use your rest intervals to recover. Keep your legs moving a little bit. It helps blood get through your system. I'll now show you the variation with one kettlebell coming into an overhead snatch, coming down, then going into the push press. Okay, round 2. Okay, here we go. Take it, snatch it up, bring it to the rack, squat, push press. Sit it back, again. Burpee, up, push press. If you want to throw in a push up in between on those burpees, you can definitely do that. Try and get even sets. Go fast. Whoa, okay. All right, I'm going to grab a second kettlebell. If you've been going with one, just keep going with one. But you want to move these up, and instead of push up on the floor, you'll use the kettlebells to do your push up. And then hike them back to your clean. Okay, here we go. Make sure you're squatting low, but keeping good form throughout. Okay. All right. Using 2 Kettlebells definitely picks up the difficulty. Be what I say you should aim for. Now instead of using 2 coming up to the rack, we're going to do a double overhead snatch to start. Here we go. Okay, coming down into your kettlebell push-up. One last push up. Get it in there. Okay. Okay. Show you through from the side. Okay, not a lot of break time in between that. Try to recover. I'm going to show you one variation, more focused on mobility, keeping the kettlebells in an overhead squat. Maybe more of a technique sensitive movement, but another one that you can throw in there for a high level of difficulty. Here we go. As you saw, I wasn't able to get as many reps in there. So overhead squat is very technique sensitive. Better to go slow and be safe, get the full movement. I'm going to go back to double overhead snatch to the rack, to the squat and push press. That's my favorite one. It can be really intense. Here we go, last rounds. Snatch, come to the rack. Squat as low as you can. You shouldn't be very heavy weights. So you should be using great form and being intense. One last round. Here we go, full set. Maybe not. Oh, just set it down. If you get caught in the middle of a cycle, just set it down, make sure you get your full rest in there. Your heart should just be pounding like crazy during these rest intervals. Breathe, move your legs, try and get your heart rate to come down just a little bit. Okay, here we go again. Here we go, back at it. In these later rounds, try and hold to the same number of reps, really push through. It should feel like they're getting more intense as you're going along because you're trying to work harder to get the same number of repetitions in. Okay, here we go, almost there, guys. So if you're going this way, so you can see more angles. Hopefully I'm demonstrating good form. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Come back, camera facing for the last few. Oh, here we go. You're working hard. Feel like your heart's pumping, but really keep your breath going. Focus on getting your heart rate back down as low as you can in those 30 seconds. Here we go. Last one. Push it. On that push press, really come down and explode up. Oh. As hard as you have. Not quite enough. Time for one more. I'm pretty winded. You should be breathing hard too. And if you're not breathing hard, think about moving it up to one of the more difficult movements. That means if you're a 1 kettlebell, try doing it with 2. First, start with bringing it up to the clean rack position, squatting, push press. If that's too easy, do that double overhead snatch. And if you can do that, and it's still too easy, consider bumping up the weight of your kettlebells. Like and subscribe if this video is useful to you. I'll have more coming out soon. Definitely give me any feedback or comments for things that you would like to see in the future. See you next time.